Breakdown is a 1997 released action thriller directed by Jonathan Mostow.
Yep, it stars Kurt Russell and Kathleen Quinlan as husband and wife who are driving across country in the US. They're moving house. They're going to live in San Diego, driving through the sort of the desert, dusty, hot bit that's filled with the hot bit that's filled with trailer trash and hillbillies and well, unsurprisingly, from the title, they break down.
They do.
But before they do, they have a little encounter with one of the aforementioned rednecks. Kurt takes his eyes off the road for a second, and a truck pulls out in front of him, so they nearly crash. And then this truck pulls in at a gas station a few miles down the road, and they have a little chat, a little altercation, and then they, Kurt and his wife go off on their way, and then break down. And of course, this truck comes up and then stops further up the road. It turns around and it looks all menacing. Yeah. The guy driving the truck, I should say, is MC Gainey, who is always a little bit menacing. Yeah. So this truck stops and they think, he's going to come back, and what are we going to do? But then a big 18-wheeler, big rig comes up behind them. So this truck goes away and I think, thank God we're safe.
Friendly truck driver turns up, yeah.
In the form of JT Walsh, who again is always...
Yeah,
he plays quite creepy, sinister characters a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And he offers to take them to a truck stop, I think, down the road, so they can call the breakdown truck. But Kurt Russell's not happy about leaving his shiny new car because this guy in this truck's hanging around. So he says, they decide that his wife will go and he'll stay with the car. So he waits a while, for the tow truck to turn up, but he doesn't come. And then he suddenly sees what's wrong with the car. There's some wires that are unplugged or something. I don't know. I'm not a petrol head, so I have no idea. But anyway, he fixes it and it starts. So he's like, great. So off he goes to find his truck stop. And his wife's not there, the truck's not there, no one claims to have seen them. Yeah, he's going to go and report this to the police in the nearest town, and then he sees the truck, and JT Walsh jumps out, and he's like, I don't know who you are, I've never seen you in my life. Yeah. And he's like, what? And then a cop comes along, and there's no evidence that he's obviously done anything, so goes on his way. Yeah, and it goes on from there. Obviously, something has happened to his wife, and it's who's done it and what's happened. JT is obviously not being honest. As the audience, we know that, but what's happened to her, and that's basically the plot, sort of a kidnap action thriller thing.
It is.
A bit like The Vanishing, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit like The Vanishing, or its original film, was it Sporloos?
Yeah.
Which was the original, was it Swedish?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that,
yeah.
And then that director came over to America and remade it. It's also, I thought it was a little bit like Frantic, the Roman Polanski film where Harrison Ford takes his wife to Paris and then the wife goes missing, and he has to kind of frantically find out what's happened to her.
I thought it was a little bit Wolf Creek as well, because they're sort of out in the sort of almost the American outback kind of, with sort of country folk or whatever. So not as horrific as Wolf Creek.
No,
but it's definitely some sort of menacing characters in there. Like, no one's quite as menacing as Mick Taylor, is it?
Not really. I'd never actually heard of this film, not this time, but I watched it about a year ago. I think it came up, and I love Kurt Russell. Who doesn't like Kurt Russell, for God's sake? And I thought, well, it sounds interesting. I had a feeling it's probably going to be, quite good, and. But I loved this film. It was such good fun when I watched it. I was not expecting what to happen.
Yeah.
And it's really, it's a really good, suspenseful, intense action thriller. With kind of mid-90s Kurt Russell playing. He's obviously playing. Kurt Russell's interesting. He's a great action hero, but he's also kind of a great everyday man as well. He's similar. This film, he reminds me a little bit of his character in the late 80s, early 90s film Unlawful Entry with Ray Liotta and Madeline Stowe. So he's kind of, he's he lives in the suburbs, has a wife, and then something horrendous happens to him. It's not obviously his escape from New York or The Thing territory, where he's more your kind of action guy. But he does both really well, and I think he's really good in this. And Kathleen Quinlan is great as well. Obviously, she goes missing, so she's not really in the film that much. But I've always enjoyed her performances. Obviously, Apollo 13 and films like that she turned up in. I just think this is it's just a kind of really ballsy road movie with some really great set pieces and really great action moments.
Well, I mean, a little bit, you could almost say it's a little bit Duel as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's very, I mean, obviously, Duel is probably its main influence amongst other films as well.
I mean, you talked about Unlawful Entry, and obviously that was sort of, there's a crop of films in the sort of early 90s, like Pacific Heights and Single White Female.
Yeah,
these sort of the same kind of sort of thriller that there was some sort of psychotic character
who comes into your home.
Yeah.
And, you don't want them there, and then they turn really nasty.
But I would say that obviously this is slightly different, but I would kind of put it in the same category as those. So if you like those,
you've got the nice suburban couple. Who just travelling across country, and then they meet hell, basically. You're right. I think I would put them into kind of those films had there was a kind of a name, a term they put on them. I can't remember what they were. Like
Hand That Rocks the Cradle. There's another one.
Yeah, there's another one. It's kind of psychotic people. I think maybe they were kind of coming, because at the end of the 80s, early 90s, you were kind of coming off the back of quite a lot of serial killers in America. And,
I mean, I suppose you say maybe with Fatal Attraction, it was like kind of the start of that.
Yeah, that too, possibly. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it just as much the second time I watched it for this the other night. It's got a really great cast. It's got some really great characters. J.T. Walsh, obviously, he's always a great watch.
I mean, he went. He obviously died quite a long time ago now, but far too young. I mean, he was always watchable in everything.
Always watchable.
I think he was in a small role in Last Seduction that we covered a few weeks ago.
Yes, he was.
And is he in Red West?
Yes, he
John
was.
Dahl film. Yeah, he was always quite similar kinds of character, but he's just a great character actor who just brought a certain kind of presence to the screen. And I was really sad that when he passed away so young. I think he had a lot of good roles left in him.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. And so I mean, there's not a huge amount to say about this film. Obviously, we don't do spoilers. There is a great car chase sequence in there. It just feels in that kind of good old metal on metal. Careering down the roads of there's a couple of crashes in there that remind me of Mad Max. There's a few car spins and crashing through things which just work well. And it's quite short, but it's fast paced, it's thrilling, it's exciting, and it's intense. And if you like that kind of stuff, this would probably be right up your street or road. Desert road, right up your desert road. That sounds bad. That sounds all wrong. It sounds like a euphemism for something. You talk about the film for a minute.
Yeah,
we're here all night.
Yes. Well, the other person that's in it who's recognisable is Jack Noseworthy. He's in U571, which is also directed by Jonathan Mostow, and he was in Event Horizon with Kathleen Quinlan.
He was. Yeah. He actually when he came, because so in this film, at the beginning of the film, he plays like this dumb kid.
Yeah.
No spoilers, won't go on from there. I looked at him and I thought, oh, that's the guy from Point Break.
Yeah.
And I looked on IMDb and I was like, oh, it's not the guy from Point Break. And I was like, oh, it's the guy from U571. And then I was like, oh, it's the kid from the Bon Jovi video.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it was Always, which is like this tragic, soft rock. Oh, everyone knows who Bon Jovi is, unless you were born this century. Don't go looking him up. No, he was all right.
He's still around.
He did the soundtrack to Young Guns 2, which was a great soundtrack. And he's still around this.
Well, he's got, he's had a bit of an acting career. He was in U571
He was
as well.
in U5, hence, I suppose, that link. But Always, look it up on YouTube. It's just, lots of smoke and sweat and
just
ripped
quintessential bodies. 90s soft rock video,
soft rock, romantic. And I was like, oh, it's that kid. And yes, he's so like I say, he was in Event Horizon with Kathleen Quinlan, Justin, or Baby Bear.
The director Jonathan Mostow, like we said, U571. He directed Terminator 3, which, well, I don't know. At the time, obviously, not a patch on Terminator 2.
Is that the Christian Bale one?
No, it's the other one, the one before that.
The pink sunglasses one.
That's the one, yeah.
Great.
Good.
So yeah, so it's a good cast. Really good, thrilling film. If you haven't seen it, I thought of something.
Yeah, the music. I quite liked the music.
Yeah, the music's really good in this film. It's got kind of it's like lots, there's like drumming thing going on, which is not really tribal, but it's got that kind of rhythmic drumming going on, which is really exciting and totally matches with what's going on around it. And it was by
Basil Paul Doris.
Paul Doris. Not Paul Doris.
No,
Paul Doris.
Paul Doris. Oh, I think he's no longer with us, but lots of scores. Can't name any, but yeah, he's a recognisable.
Did your
name.
research? Then?
Yeah. RoboCop, of course it was. Well, he worked with Verhoeven a few times. He did Starship Troopers and Flesh and Blood as well, and he did a couple of Conan films, and Under Siege 2. As well as in his CV.
I mean, RoboCop's a fantastic score, which so suits that film perfectly. Really, really great composer. Did you say he died?
Yeah, he passed away, I think, 2006. So yeah, quite young as well, as only in his 60s. So.
I think it's a really great score, and I think it fits the film really well. I mean, I could constantly, not just in the background, it's there. It's there as part of the film, and I think it's really good. So I think this is a really interesting film. If you haven't seen this, I think recommend it. We have it. You have it.
Yeah, I had the DVD. I mean, I saw it in the cinema back when it first came out, but yeah, I've picked up the DVD.
It's been exciting on cinema.
Yes, indeed. I mean,
you're a big Kurt Russell fan, aren't you?
I mean, I love Big Trouble in Little China and The Thing as well.
He's great screen presence. Yeah, whether he's playing someone good or bad, or even in whether you like Death Proof or not, his stuff in Death Proof is thrilling to watch. He's very good in that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
work.
obviously he's in
Hateful Eight
as well, and he's going to be in Tarantino's new one as well. So anyway, there's the DVD. Theatrical trailer. Yes, that's it. That's all that's on it. There's no Blu-ray anywhere. Crime.
Really?
What a crime.
That is a crime.
Someone release it, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But I think even in the States, the DVD is like non-anamorphic, which, 20 years ago, or whatever, was also a crime. And I don't think it's ever been re-released. So, yeah, the US in particular is crying out for some sort of
that is
decent
shocking
release.
because I think it's a good film.
Yeah.
I think Arrow or someone out there. They did Dark Blue recently, which also had Kurt Russell in. That was Arrow, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a Paramount film. I'm not sure if they've licensed anything out to Arrow, so who knows? Well, it's distributed by the Fox, or this one was anyway, 20 years ago. So who knows? Somebody should.
Maybe they should, because I think it would be be nice to bring this one back to. I mean, it's clearly an underrated film.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a bit obscure to some of you, and I think definitely it would be nice to see it in nice high definition glory, because I think it's it's a kind of churning thing. One thing I wanted to mention actually. I've never been to America. You've been to America.
Yep.
Are American petrol pumps, gas pumps, different to British ones? Because in America, they leave it in the car and then go off to buy donuts in the shop. And it's just sitting there. There's a great shot of a petrol station car, and then they've just left the.
I mean.
You'd never do that. Would you do that in Britain? Would you?
No, because someone would come along and put it in their car while you're not looking, and then you pay for that.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I know. I think sometime. I don't know. When I went as a kid, obviously I had nothing to do with filling up the car with gas.
No.
So I have no idea. And when I went as an adult, I didn't have a car, so I just walked or got public transport. So I've no idea, but I know sometimes in movies they say how much they want and then use the pump. Yeah. So maybe it automatically stops when they reach so many gallons or whatever.
We don't know. If you're American, let us know.
Haven't got a clue.
I'd love to know. I don't know if Steve doesn't care too much, but I'd love to know because I just noticed it. I've noticed it in other films. They leave it there. It's just hanging out, and
we just have to stand there like a mug and pump it.
We have to stand there
and then go and pay for it.
And it's all smelly and it's all cramped and claustrophobic because obviously we don't have deserts everywhere. And then we do our thing. Watch the ticker go round. I don't know. What
I
I'm
don't know
doing.
how you pump
And,
petrol, but it's,
yeah, get it in. No,
don't physically have to do that to pump it in. Doesn't make the car go faster if you do that.
I'm talking about.
No.
Anyway, so if you're American, let us know.
Please do.
Please do.
Yeah. So back on subject. I don't know if it's streaming on Now TV. I currently have a Now TV subscription. I watched it on there because I couldn't be bothered to get the DVD out. I don't know if it was an HD. Probably not. It was probably just a upscale, but it looked okay. The picture was fine. Whether it's on anything else, it's not on Amazon. I know that, but check Netflix, might be on there. So check it out. It's not hard to find if you want it. But yeah, it could do with the Blu-ray. I think it's worth an upgrade.
So that was Breakdown, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, let us know in the comments below.
Yep, hit that subscribe button up there if you've enjoyed what you watched, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. There's some other videos to check out over there. Come and find us on Twitter and Facebook, and come back next week for another one.